American visitors Dan and Ashley have found an injured penguin washed up on Bondi Beach while they were going for a late night swim.
I'm just going to have a little look at him, and I just don't want to stress him out too much right now.
We figured he might be in a little bit of trouble, kind of the way he was walking, the way he was using his wing and stuff, so we couldn't really leave him there, so we decided we'd grab him.
Is there a name for him?
We've been calling him Harmon.
Harmon. So was he unable to move when you saw him?
No, he wasn't unable to move. He just seemed like he
Didn't really want to
move that much. He just seemed like he was kind of struggling. He did move.
He's not meant to be in a bathtub. So in his mind, he's freaking out right now. Harmon must be terrified. I'm thinking the poor little guy normally lives in a penguin colony on the northern side of the harbour. And during last night's storm, he's been tossed around and blown way off course. That explains how he ended up being washed ashore at Bondi at 3 a.m. But it doesn't explain why he's so weak and why he's left himself so open to predators.
Oh, buddy. Go get better, huh?
Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
There is something seriously wrong with little Harmon, and there's absolutely no chance of him surviving the ocean until I figure out what it is.
Oh my God, so embarrassing.
9-month-old Ava has been rushed into the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH with a bizarre problem.
She went in the laundry and she stole some underwear. I was chasing her, tried to stop her, but she wouldn't stop. She would eat everything. And it was too late.
I can't feel anything stuck here.
They were very small.
Were they small ones? I know it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing, especially in front of them.
One tiny G-string could cause Ava serious internal problems.
There is a chance it can pass through and she'll poop it out, but there's probably more risk than anything that it's going to get stuck somewhere along her gut, and that's bad news for Ava because that would mean surgery. The easiest way to get them out would be to make her vomit, which happens pretty quickly. We give her an injection. If she vomits, it will come out, hopefully come out straight away, but there is a big risk with making them vomit because it's something that is fabric, that when they vomit, they can actually choke on it, and that can be life-threatening. Give her a cuddle.
Please, do your best.
Back at the clinic, Chris is trying to find out why Harmon is so weak.
So I'm sitting here checking his heart, which sounds okay. Notice his eyes are actually quite sunken, so he is certainly dehydrated, and that comes from the fact that he hasn't eaten, really, certainly today. Birds, like penguins, get their water through their fish, and if he hasn't eaten, then he hasn't drunk either. Pretty small, aren't you? I reckon you might be young. Young kid not able to handle a big surf, huh? Is that what happened?
As he checks the penguin's weight, he makes an alarming discovery.
Give me a second. What is that? Can't be. You see this? It's a tick. Look at it, it's been feeding off little Harmon here for at least a few days, and all the while that ticks are feeding, they're injecting their saliva, which has a toxin which paralyses them. But it paralyses them from the back forward. Why couldn't he stand up on the beach this morning? Why couldn't he run away? Paralysed legs. Just got to be careful to get all of the tick. And that's it right there. It's a big tick. Big tick. A paralysis tick on a dog or a cat, absolutely. But on a penguin, it's got to be some sort of first. Another one. Can you believe it? There it is, number 2. Just in awe of the fact that one of these could be fatal for a big dog. He's got 2.
Chris is now considering giving Harmon a tick anti-serum, normally used on cats and dogs. But it's impossible to predict what effect it will have on a penguin.
I can give Harmon the tick serum and risk him suffering a fatal allergic reaction, or I can do nothing and potentially watch him die from the effects of the paralysis ticks. This is such a tough call.
Lauren, this is Ava.
Hi,
Ava's swallowed her mummy's G-string.
Lovely.
So mummy's very embarrassed about it, but I think we've caught it early, so hopefully we can get her to vomit and get it out the easy way.
Okay.
9-month-old Ava is about to get a shot of apomorphine to help her bring up the underwear.
The biggest problem that can happen with making a dog vomit up something that's soft and large is that when they're vomiting, it can become stuck in their airways, so they can choke. So we need to have a catheter ready, an anaesthetic ready, because if that happens, we've got to anaesthetise her straight away and get that thing out.
All right, Ava. Just a bit noisy, sweetheart. Just a bit noisy.
All right, sweetheart. I know. I know. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. These always freak me out at the best of times because it can really go pear-shaped. All right, Ava. The soap, it's over. The soap, it's over. Actually, not really. I'm going to make you feel a bit sick soon.
Really worried, really worried. And I just hope that she could vomit, and that's all. That's all I hope.
I'm sorry. I hate giving them this. It's not nice. So mean. All right, gorgeous, now we wait.
You stand up for us?
Harmon is now feeling the full effects of the tick paralysis. The penguin can no longer stand up.
Harmon is getting much worse, so that's really made the final decision for me.
Not gonna move?
I just don't think he's going to survive without having that anti-serum. So I'm just going to have to take the risk there could be a potentially fatal allergic reaction.
All right, fingers crossed. That's all you've got.
Harmon will now be monitored constantly to make sure he has no adverse reaction to the serum.
Chris, are you there?
While the penguin rests,
really? Yeah.
a phone call alerts
Coming
Chris
now.
to an emergency case about to arrive at the clinic.
All right, Kurt, come straight through. All right, so what's happened?
He's been stung by a blue bottle in the mouth and he's not 100%. He's down at Malabar trying to stick him off the rocks. Came back like this, like I thought he had a twitch or something. Picked up a stick with a blue bottle on it and then he was shaking his head. So definitely stung by a blue bottle.
Blue bottles are a constant danger on Australian beaches.
Along the line of the blue bottle tentacle are a whole lot of stinging cells. Now these, once they detect skin or the inside of Kaiser's mouth, in this situation, they fire a little arrow, and that arrow contains a toxin. Not only is that extremely painful, the worrying thing for me right now is that this is going to start to shut off that airway. And in a boxer like Kaiser, there's not much room to start with. Yeah, there's a little bit of swelling around the back of his throat there. That lymph gland is just the slightest bit enlarged actually at the moment. What I might do straight away is give him an injection of a corticosteroid to try and basically reverse the effects of any allergic reaction he could be having to the sting.
Okay.
Do you mind if I take him out the back to give him this?
No.
I just need to get someone to actually hold that vein up for me.
Yeah, no, it's alright. He's alright.
Thanks, mate. I won't be a second. The worrying period for me is the next 10 or 20 minutes. That is the time when it could shut down the airway altogether. There's no reason why a blue bottle sting to a dog in that mouth or throat area couldn't be fatal.
Oh, mate. Is he alright or what? Touch wood, eh?
Next on Bondi Vet, complications for Ava the anteater.
Honestly, my heart skipped a beat. I was really anxious.
Oh, baby.
And Chris keeps around-the-clock watch on Harmon.
We just won't know if that anti-serum's going to work for at least another 24 hours. thing about blue bottles is that it's once they hit the lymph glands, they can have pretty dramatic effects on the circulation. They can cause a pretty big drop in blood pressure.
Kaiser has just been stung on the mouth by a blue bottle.
His breathing's just a little bit gurgly at the moment, and he's quite agitated.
The boxer's air supply is in danger of being cut off by swelling in the mouth and throat.
He's my life, like he's my boy, you know. I hope he's alright, yeah.
Now, the blue bottle sting is certainly going to be causing a lot of the anxiety we're seeing in Kaiser, but I can't help but think that some of it's also coming from Kurt. Kurt's wound up, he's stressed, he's very afraid about what's going on, and as a result, Kaiser follows suit. The more stressed he becomes, the more oxygen he actually needs. And right now, every bit of oxygen he actually gets into his body is golden. Just going to go in slowly here.
Chris gives Kaiser an anti-inflammatory shot to quickly bring down the life-threatening swelling.
So that's relaxed in there a little bit too. You can see the effect that's had. You see he's just breathing a little bit more comfortably.
Yeah, just waiting here, I just felt physically sick, like still a bit shaky, you know. Like I said, I'd sell everything for my dogs, you know, any one of them, like, they mean everything to me.
Kaiser is lucky. Within half an hour, his breathing has stabilised.
Oh, you're relaxed, aren't you? Look at that.
Kurt is still stressed. He's so in love with Kaiser, he's about to get a tattoo of the boxer.
Oh, I know that I want him forever on my body, like, I mean, you know what I mean? It means, yeah, it means the world to me, yeah. Yep.
Where is he, Kaiser?
Oh my God. It's going, boy. Hey, Chris.
There you go.
Is he alright or what?
No, he's fine.
Yeah?
He's going to be okay. Yeah.
Sweet, 100%?
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit shaken by the whole thing.
The big boxer.
Good on you, buddy.
I'm seriously, like, you don't understand, like, yeah, like, freaking out.
Yeah, it's fine. I could tell that, don't worry.
It's a lifesaver.
I'm really struggling to think of a time where I've felt more appreciated in my life, but at least he's saying thank you, and that really means a lot.
She's already starting to lick her lips, so she's feeling nauseous, so the vomit's going to happen pretty soon.
9-month-old Ava has been given a shot of apomorphine to help purge the G-string she stole from her owner's laundry.
I know, sweetheart. Oh, I feel so mean doing this.
I feel nauseous yourself.
Here we go. Here we go. Good girl. Good girl. That's a girl.
It's not ideal.
When Ava vomited the first time and there was nothing there, honestly, my heart skipped a beat. I was really anxious.
Lisa's now worried the tiny spaniel won't be able to bring up the underwear. The next option is emergency abdominal surgery.
All right, baby,
Maybe the second time lucky. Come on, sweetheart.
His heart rate's certainly stable. There's no sound of any bronchoconstriction, which is the narrowing of the airways in an allergic reaction. So he's tracking along pretty well.
Harmon has made it through stage 1 of his recovery, but the little penguin still has a long way to go.
He's still fighting the effects of the tick paralysis, and we just won't know if that anti-serum's going to work for at least another 24 hours. You know where you're going though, don't you? To my house. You had no choice in the matter at all. Harmon needs peace and quiet to recover and to get his strength back. But a vet clinic full of barking dogs obviously isn't the place to do that. So I'm going to have to take him home with me. That means I've got to tell my flatmates to keep the noise down. Hello, George.
Hello.
Do you have to inspect all visitors, George?
It's been a torrid day for Harmon, and finally the exhausted penguin gets a much-needed feed.
Harmon, meet George. George went in the ocean. He didn't like it. You live in the ocean. You like it.
George is the cat who made headlines when he was cruelly locked in a cage, dumped in the Bondi surf and left to drown. Chris saved him and ended up adopting him.
And now he's living a pretty good life with the occasional visitor. ever get the feeling you're being watched, Harmon? It's bedtime. I know it's early.
Harmon will need to be checked during the night to make sure the anti-serum is winning the battle against the tick toxin.
Have a good night's sleep, buddy.
The next 12 hours are critical. Next on Bondi Vet, Kurt shows his true colours.
I know the outcome's going to be unreal.
And will Harmon ever be able to return to the ocean?
Here we go. Here we go. Good girl.
Time is
girl.
running out for Ava,
That's
the
a
little
girl.
spaniel who swallowed her
That's a
owner's
girl.
underwear.
Come on.
If she doesn't throw it up soon, the only
That's a
answer
girl.
is emergency surgery.
Come on.
Oh, there we go. Good girl. Oh, I'm going to get some gloves and just make sure. Honestly, I've never been more happy to see a G-string. Good news.
They match your top, I see.
They match my top. They match your top too.
Yeah, that's right.
I've given them a rinse.
Thank you.
They came out really easily. So.
Thank you very much.
Ava is ecstatic to be reunited with Monia. But in the future, can the naughty puppy resist her owner's lingerie?
She's obviously happy.
She's going to have to learn her lesson now, lock up the underwear, lock up anything that Ava can get to. She's got a ferocious appetite and I really don't think she's going to grow out of it. You stick to dog food, huh? No more underwear. You see? No.
But I hope that she's learned the lesson. Have you? Maybe.
You got food on your mind? Mate, finger. That's not a fish. That's a fish. Here you go.
Next morning, Harmon is desperate for more food.
That's an improvement, isn't it? Yeah, it's coming.
It's a good sign that he's winning the battle against the tick poison in his system.
This is why I'm quite keen to get him on his way soon. This is behaviour he'd normally display around his mum. He's begging for food and he's thinking I'm actually going to regurgitate the food seemingly through my fingers. That's penguin saliva.
Easy into it. Easy into it.
It's salty. He's pretty much ready to make the journey he was trying to attempt during that storm. So we're going to do it for him, but in a bit of a scenic way.
Kurt is getting that tattoo of his beloved boxer Kaiser, and it's a lot more painful than he expected.
What would you do for a dog day? Yeah, it's pretty bad, eh? It's just like almost to the point of like saying stop, Trevor. But nah, it's just I know the outcome's going to be unreal.
7 hours of pain later,
Have a look at it. Oh my god, that is insane. I'm very happy with that. I'm very stoked with that. Kaiser, look! It's Kaiser! That's you! That's you!
How you going? I'm Chris.
Very well, nice to meet you, Chris. Rick.
Hey Rick, now this is Harmon.
I've never had a passenger like that in my taxi before, I must say. We're very excited.
Any extra fare for him?
Absolutely gorgeous, no, not at all. He's free.
And look at this. It's alright, isn't it? Look at that. What do you reckon? Oh, you want to go, don't you? As soon as we were out in the water, Harmon started to get excited. He's had such a tough battle. I just hope he can find his mates and get on with his life. But with wildlife releases, there's never any guarantees. Is this familiar, Harmon? All starting to make sense? Won't be too long. It's just a perfect spot. Quiet, secluded beach. We're surrounded by penguin colonies. He just has to jump into that water there and he'll find some friends. It's just spot on. He keeps safe, champ. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go, champ. Here you go. Off you go. To navigate all those challenges, come through it all, and then have this, great. Last swim at Bondi for a week. I guess I better enjoy this one.
Chris is flying to Fiji with his father Graham, a vet of 42 years experience.
We've got a massive veterinary care package that we're taking to Fiji today.
Where is he? Is he still down at the beach?
Why we're going there is that Dad was in Fiji a month ago and discovered there's only one vet for the whole of Fiji. They've got a lot of animals and a lot of animals go without care for that fact. It was important we made this trip before, but now, after this massive tropical cyclone has ripped through the Fiji Islands, it's even more critical. Our timing couldn't be better. We're taking over all the equipment they don't already have, which is a lot, and hopefully make a difference over there. Thought you'd have it done by now.
More or less finished here. While waiting for you.
Dad and I are good mates and we get along. But we get along for short periods of time. That's why I bring the surfboard. Having a dad that's a vet, when you're a vet yourself, it's just this constant nagging voice, questioning. Is that how you do it? It's not how we did it in our day.
Keys? I gave them to you. You're joking.
No, it's keys.
You've got them.
I don't have them.
I thought you gave them to you.
You did not give them to me.
Nothing's changed.
What you swearing to, huh?
I've never worked for Chris as long as this, so it's going to be really interesting to see how we get on together.
Found them. 1 week, huh?
Sash emergency vet Lisa Chimes has also volunteered to come on the trip. But the Brown boys are not sure how she'll cope.
Where does Lisa think she's going to? Shangri-La Resort?
What are those?
These shorts?
You're not, is that for real?
What is it with the shorts?
You cannot wear those on the plane.
I'm not sure what's going to be bigger, the veterinary care package or Lisa's luggage.
The vet team have arrived at Nandi, Fiji's third largest population centre.
Couldn't help noticing your shorts.
Are you serious? Did you set this up?
I told you not to wear them. A bit too flowery for Fiji, eh? But anyway, on this occasion, I'll let you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
What? Thank you.
Graham has already seen the SPCA vet clinic in Nandi, which is run by 2 volunteer vet nurses. But for Chris and Lisa, the basic premises are a reality check.
Oh my God, I just can't believe the condition here. This is a vet hospital. They've got nothing.
It's incredible to believe that these vet nurses here managed to run this clinic because you're so undermanned, you're so under-equipped. You must just have so many situations where you feel like throwing your hands up in the air. But to the credit of Lynn and Sue, they don't do that.
Well, Christmas Day, isn't it?
Let's see what we've got. That's inside.
It may hurt them. What we're giving in these packages is so small in comparison to the passion and the commitment they actually have inside them already. The reaction from Lynn was just, it said it all, didn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant, thank you. Yeah, I really don't know what to say. So I'll start getting emotional, so it's better somebody else say something, really. No, that's brilliant, thank you.
That's stuff that we no longer have use for back home, and here it's like gold. It just warms my heart.
We're heading out to a local village. We've been asked by the head man to come out and take a look at all their animals. We don't know what to expect, what we're going to have to treat, but we're going to do our best.
never seen anything like it. We've got an outdoor vet clinic under a mango tree. So we'll see what we can do.
Most of the operations today will be desexing, but without anaesthetic machines, even this routine surgery can be risky.
We don't have any clippers here. Old school.
Blackie is Chris's first patient. She weighs just 7 kilograms.
The worry for me is, given the fact she is so skinny, it's very easy to overdose her. So we just have to be so careful with every drug we use.
The surgery can't start until Blackie is completely under.
No, she's feeling that. She's just moved her head.
Next on Bondi Vet, a mercy dash to save a small village's most prized possession.
The tin flew off the house and hit Dudu. Oh wow.
And a steep learning curve for Lisa.
This is making me panic. I just have to try and accept that I'm out of my comfort zone here. I don't want her to feel any pain. I don't want her to wake up in the middle of Chris doing this, so it does really get my heart rate up and make me very anxious.
On their first trip to Fiji as volunteers, Chris and Lisa are learning to deal with some tough realities, performing desexing operations in the most primitive conditions.
It also makes me realise how tough these people do it. I mean, this is making me panic. I just have to try and accept that I'm out of my comfort zone here.
Okay, little ones. You're happy to watch, but just stay away from the table because it needs to stay clean, okay?
Fiji's only resident vet, Deb Houghton, has arrived from the Suva office to help with the outdoor clinic. Often villagers have never seen a vet before.
A lot of the time people don't really know even what desexing is or neutering. They think it's going to decrease their ability to be guard dogs. Education is the key, and without that we're fighting a losing battle really.
Blackie's operation has gone smoothly and her grateful owners have witnessed the whole procedure.
Not used to having the owners watching my operation. No, I'm fine with it. I'm very happy with it. It's just different for me.
I'm happy she's getting this.
And Blackie, you're no designer dog, are you? But you're all right. Okay, you came through that well.
Uncontrolled breeding just isn't on. And in a place like the Fiji Islands where there are a lot of dogs, it's important to get that message across that dogs do need to be desexed.
With so little vet care available in Fiji, the Australian team are in demand. An SOS call has come from Taveuni, one of the remote northern islands savaged by a terrifying cyclone only a few days before.
Now, there have been a lot of reports of injured animals, so we're off to see a horse that got caught right in the middle of it.
For these poor villagers, the effects of the cyclone have made the struggle to feed their families even more difficult.
How are you? I'm Chris. Takana. This is Graham, the dad.
At the village, the team are met
Lisa.
by the horse's owner, Takana.
Which way's the horse?
It's up here.
Okay.
10-year-old Dundu is suffering from a shocking wound to her flank and is in too much pain to work.
How did this happen, do you know?
Tin flew from the house.
The tin flew off the house and hit Dudu. Oh wow. It's a nasty wound. Yeah.
Dundu is the village's most important possession. Without her, they can't move their crops the 2 kilometres down from the hills.
So to clean this wound, we need to get Dundu to an area where we have a bit of space and it's nice and level.
Where Dundu has that cut is a very sensitive area. So not only does it stop Dundu from working, it's also at great risk of getting infected. And either one of those situations would be devastating for this village.
River shoes. Princess? No.
For Lisa, the field work in Fiji is proving to be a constant challenge.
Well done.
Wow. That was the express crossing. Well done.
This job is going to be extremely difficult for the simple fact Dundu isn't used to vets. This whole situation is so foreign to her. She's not going to trust me, she's not going to know what I'm doing there. This might sting a bit. The scissors won't penetrate into that.
Use the scissors in the kit. Open the kit up.
Yeah, but I'm still telling you, the point of the scissors won't get in there.
It's tough, yeah.
The Browns.
We both have a different approach to what we're doing, and possibly we're both too stubborn to change. The biggest challenge here is getting that local anaesthetic in, because we can't put that surgical needle through her skin and have her feel it. If that happens, she'll run away. The problem is that when the wound has occurred, as it's started to try to heal itself, it's actually flattened and stretched out. And so the skin's actually quite tight. So to bring those skin edges back together and stitch them is going to be quite difficult. It's going to take quite a bit of force to bring them in. Easy. We're almost done, which is lucky because the local anaesthetic's almost worn off. And she's starting to jump when this needle goes in, so the sooner we can get this last one done, the better off we're going to be. You are done.
Good girl.
Dundu now needs 2 weeks rest before she's back to work helping the village.
Even though Dundun works hard, she certainly gets some pretty quality R&R time, kicking back by the beach, going for swims, and in all seriousness, that salt water is quite good for a wound. It will help her to heal.
Alright folks, welcome to Matangi.
Thank you, Nigel.
News of the vet team is spreading quickly. A call for help has come from the owners of a resort on Matangi Island, a 40-minute boat trip from Taviuni.
It's all right, this, isn't it? That's after the cyclone. Imagine before the cyclone, it was amazing.
As you know, there's 330 islands in Fiji, and there's usually just one vet in the country. So the chance of getting 3 is a miracle for us. We're really glad you guys are here. She somehow managed to do a somersault, believe it or not. She got up on her back legs in the corner and flipped over and landed on the back.
Lisa and Graham are on their way to examine Nigel's badly injured Maltese Terrier, 8-year-old Etty.
Yesterday she got really, really bad. She could hardly walk. Her back legs were crossing and she was tipping over. And then I heard you guys were coming to town and it was like angels from heaven. Because she's been through a lot and she doesn't deserve to be in pain. That's the main thing. Of course not. Hey, little darling.
Etty has other medical issues. She's blind and suffers from seizures.
I've got her. It's okay.
I'm very worried if it is a case of a spinal problem and she needs surgery and we're on this remote island here in Fiji. I don't think spinal surgery is even done in Fiji.
After the break on Bondi Vet, Chris comes face to face with a frightening patient.
In a confined space, she could just corner me and I couldn't move.
And can Lisa and Graham do anything to help little Etty?
It would absolutely be terrifying.
It's okay.
Oh, come on. Yes. She's just had a bath.
On Fiji's remote Matangi Island, Chris is being introduced
really hot.
to his
She's got a bit of
gargantuan
sunburn going
patient, Miss Piggy.
She doesn't like men. She just has never been keen on men. Miss Piggy. Outside. Come on, Piggy. I got more. Come on, darling. Good girl. Piggy poo.
Miss Piggy can hardly walk because of her badly overgrown nails. Cutting them is Chris's intimidating assignment.
Come on, darling.
If this cycle continues of her not being able to walk, of just eating and not exercising, she'll get so fat, it'll kill her.
It's all right, darling.
I can't cut nails in mud.
Move it. Move it. Move it. Yes. Yes. Move it.
how many years has she been circling now for?
2.5.
After falling on her back several days ago, 8-year-old Etty has been in severe pain and is finding it difficult to walk properly.
See, what we're trying to determine here, Nigel, is whether there are any problems associated with her spinal cord, to see whether the reflexes are getting through to her brain.
Yeah, so there.
Yeah. It's all there. It's right lower down the lumbar spine.
If Etty does need an operation on her back, there are further complications. The local airline will not allow pets to travel on their planes.
If you have an emergency and your pet is in distress, what are you going to do? There's no flying doctor service like we have in remote areas of Australia. It would absolutely be terrifying.
She's precious, she needs care. And we're blessed, we are blessed to have her and able to give her a decent sort of home.
Would this little room here be better or take her inside?
Meanwhile, Miss Piggy is finally on the move and about to be barricaded so Chris can try and cut her dangerously overgrown nails.
It's okay. Lie down.
Butter and bread and jam, please.
Whatever you got.
Just eat slowly there, all right? Because we just can't keep up with you.
Right, there's something in her mouth. She's distracted enough that I can actually get the shears in there and trim these nails.
I'm with you.
Well, you're a jolly good piggy. Eat all the biscuits and shut up.
I'm with you.
Keeping the food supply coming is the matriarch of Matangi Island, Christine's mum Flo.
We have to make sure that she doesn't bite.
Hey. Don't do that. Yeah.
Just take your little backside. Hey. All right. You want Miss Piggy? Here's your bread. Oh, you're bleeding.
Christine got a really nasty bite. Miss Piggy's upper and lower incisors just pushed straight through her hand, punctured it, and went right through.
Just get a towel.
And a towel. I think that's enough.
You're nearly there, Mum.
No, I'll count if you like.
Okay.
And which way are you going?
I'm going to go this way first.
Okay.
Graham is not convinced Etty's inability to walk is caused by a spinal injury.
Look at your eyes after this.
He's hoping this simple spin test may provide more clues.
She's got normal position on the stigmas. I'm going to say something that's going to be different to what you're expecting to hear in terms of what's wrong with her.
Sure.
Okay? So what we actually think is going on is that she's got a problem with her brain. It's like a meningitis. So it's called GME, and basically they get inflammation in their brain.
GME can be life-threatening, so there are cases where we give them medication and they don't respond. Best case scenario is that we put Etty on cortisone and she responds. Hopefully she'll stop circling, she'll be able to walk normally, she won't fall over. She may never be a normal dog, but we want to get her to a point where she has a good quality of life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, you respond to your medication now, and that's an order. Doctor's orders. Okay? Yes. She says yes.
Absolutely.
Next on Bondi Vet, the battle for supremacy continues. And the ultimate surf safari.
They're great waves. They even make me look half decent. That's how good they are. I'm not going to lose now, Piggy. I'm not going to lose. That was close. I nearly lost then. You're right. Okay, good point. Maybe
Piggy.
a draw would be
Piggy.
a good outcome.
Chris has survived his torrid nail-cutting session with Miss Piggy.
Done.
Yay!
How did I get talked into doing that? This is a tropical island with white sandy beaches, palm trees. You go on holidays here, you don't go to hell. And hell was what we just went to. We had fun, didn't we? Kind of cute. See you later.
How was your pig? Did you paint its
I don't want
nails?
to talk about it.
But I brought nail polish.
Treat the smallest animal.
Leave me to carry all the heavy gear again.
Yeah, well, you treat the smallest animal on the island, and you keep its weight in the end.
Boys, now it's enough. Let's have a nice relaxing hug, right?
Hugs?
No hugs. Let's just go. This is great. It's a great idea. Thank you. It's been amazing.
We're really
something a bit different.
Yeah, we're so much closer as a result.
Wave goodbye.
No, don't. It's cheap. Well, don't wave. Why do you wave? Voila.
It's the vet team's last day in Fiji, and it's going to be a change of pace and scenery.
It's been a pretty full-on week, so I think it's time to enjoy a little bit of R&R. So we've actually been invited to the world-famous Namotu Island. I didn't bring that surfboard for nothing, so it might be time to get it out and see what it can do.
Okay, go ahead, hop out.
They're great waves. 6 foot sets. They even make me look half decent. That's how good they are.
I've found this trip very confronting. Fiji's animals are in desperate need of help here, and the Fijians need to learn how to look after their animals. They need education and they need volunteers, vets from around the world to come and help them do that.
You'd love to be able to change everything to help all the animals on all the islands, but you just hope that by doing a little bit here and there, you do make a difference to those animals' lives. You show those people how to look after their animals, and everyone's better off.